today we're going to be talking about nutrition. Now you may say, why do we need to learn about nutrition? Well, the reason is because our society as a whole, especially in America, are becoming very, very obese. And the problem with that is it's causing many negative health effects. So if we can start watching our nutrition, we can try to cut back on the rate of obesity. So what we're going to start with is we're going to start by watching a video called Fruit and Veggie Swag. This video will talk about many important things that we need to remember when we're eating.
Why do they always have to serve a salad? I don't even eat it. Ugh.
Fruit, veggie swag, fruit, veggie swag. Make it happen, get it, lunchbox, paper bag. Fruit, veggie swag, fruit, veggie swag. Keep it fresh, keep it clean. Fruits and veggies on the scene. Red greens, collard, spinach, kale. Calcium and iron, so you know it never fails. Cook it with garlic, a little olive oil. Or just a little chopping raw, steam it or boil. Get out the way, fruits can be good. So healthy, so sweet. Fruit salad is a treat. Chili peppers, cheese, and lemon. Try it out with watermelon. Summer day at the beach. Frozen mango, frozen peach. Yogurt juice, mix it up. Make a smoothie, here's a cup. Fruits and veggies are so delicious. Frozen fresh and canned. Nutritious. Chips and sodas, they're so delicious. Eat your 5 a day. Ambitious. Make it have your plate, fruits and vegetables.
So, that video right there showed many unique things, and they talked about things such as making fruits and veggies half your plate. And the nice thing about that is fruits and veggies have a low calorie count, so they're better for you to eat. Also, they were talking about steaming and boiling or eating vegetables raw. That's just other ways you can prepare vegetables if you don't like them. Also, they talked about using olive oil. Now, a lot of us as Americans love to use that butter, but one thing we should really try to do is using olive oil instead because it's healthier for you. Last, they talked about using calcium and iron. They talked about nutrients being calcium and iron. And those are very good, and you find most of them in fruits and vegetables. So, what we're going to talk about today is we're going to start by talking about serving sizes of food, different food groups, and how to eat out healthy. So, I'm pulling up a sheet on serving sizes right here, and you may say, why do we need to learn about serving sizes? Well, the reason is when we're talking about different food groups, we need to know how much of each food group we need to eat. So, this sheet up here should help you, because, when I say 2 ounces, how much is 2 ounces? I don't know either. So, if you look up here, this sheet compares ounces to an object that we're all pretty familiar with. So, for example, grains. 1 serving of grain is approximately 1 yo-yo, or 2 ounces. And otherwise, you could eat a bagel or an English muffin. Next, they have vegetables. 1 serving of vegetables is approximately the size of 1 baseball, or 1 cup. And they compare that to eating 1 cup of green beans. Fruits. Fruits, they have a tennis ball here. So approximately 1 tennis ball of fruit is a serving, and that equates to about 1/2 a cup or 2/3 a cup, or a medium or small apple. Next is oils. A person should eat about 1 golf ball of oils, or approximately 2 tablespoons. And that could be margarine, butter, anything like that. Next is milk or dairy. A person should eat approximately 4 dice of milk or dairy. And that would include cheese, milk, or ice cream even, and that's approximately 1 ounce. Next is meat or beans. A person should eat about 3 ounces of meat or beans in a day. And it's going to be approximately a deck of cards or the size of your fist. So I hope this helps when we're talking about serving sizes. As I talked about before, we talked about our fruit and veggie spread. On the side here, it states fruits and vegetables need to be half of your plate. And this is just a nice diagram right down here. So, the food groups we're going to talk about today are dairy, fruits, vegetables, grains, oils and fats, meats, and water. What I would like you to do as a class is think of 2 food groups for each, 2 foods for each category. So I'm going to give you 1 minute here to think about that, and then we're going to write it on the board. So I'm going to give you 1 second. All right. And what did you guys come up with for dairy? What did you come up with for dairy?
Milk,
Excellent. And what else?
yogurt,
Excellent. What about for fruits?
banana,
And that's a very good fruit. A lot of very good minerals in there, such as potassium. And did you come up with another fruit?
oranges,
Very good. And with fruits, it's very important to be careful how much fruit you're eating because it does have a lot of natural sugar. What about for vegetables?
peppers,
Very good. And do you have another one for that?
carrots,
Very nice. And next we have grains.
cereal and noodles,
Excellent. Very good sources. And a lot of times when you're at the store, on noodle boxes, it'll say whole grains. And we want to eat as much whole grains as possible just because there's better nutrients in it. What about for oils and fats?
butter and mayonnaise,
Very good. And we like our butter. Excellent. And last, for meats. What kind of meats could we eat?
chicken,
And you have another one?
beef,
Excellent. Very good. Very good start. So, I love the brainstorming that just happened there. That was great. Now what we're going to do is we're going to continue to talk more about each food group. So, to start with dairy. Dairy contains milk, any foods that are made from milk. That includes whole milk, lean, low-fat milk, skim milk, buttermilk. It also includes cheese, cottage cheese, yogurt, ice milk, ice cream, or frozen yogurt. We'd like to eat more frozen yogurt than we would ice cream because frozen yogurt has less sugar in it. Adults over the age of 24 need 2 servings of milk, and people under the age of 24 need 4 servings, and that's just because they're still growing and they need a little more calcium. For fruits, fruits have a lot of vitamin C and vitamin A, and a person could eat fresh fruit, frozen fruit, canned fruit, cooked food, or dried fruit. This also does include fruit juices, but we want to be careful of how much fruit juice we drink due to the fact that it has a lot of sugar. A person should try to eat at least 2 servings of fruit each day. Vegetables. Vegetables have a lot of vitamin A, once again, and a lot of vitamin C. And a person can eat fresh vegetables, frozen vegetables, canned or cooked vegetables. This also includes juices of vegetables, same as fruit, but it does not include dried beans or peas. Dried beans and peas are under the meat category due to the protein. A person should take in approximately 3 servings of vegetables a day. After vegetables, we're going to move on to grains. And grains contain a lot of carbohydrates, thiamine, iron, or niacin. People could find grain in cornmeal, oats, rice, rye, and wheat. Some foods that you could take in include bread, cereal, noodles, pasta, as you guys were talking about before, tortillas, waffles, biscuits, crackers, pancakes, or rolls. A person should try to take in at least 6 servings of grains a day. And remember, that was the size of our yo-yo, so about 6 yo-yos a day. And next we're going to move on to oils and fats. Oils are fats that are liquid at a room temperature, so that would include something like mayonnaise, salad dressing, or sour cream. Saturated fats, on the other hand, bad fats, are solid at room temperature. So that would include things like butter or shortening. Many of these come from animal foods, and they can be made from vegetable oil through a process called hydrogenation, which is not very good. That has many bad things for our body. So one thing that I always think of is bacon grease for this. So as I said, this group contains butter, milk fat, beef fat, chicken fat, pork fat, stick margarine, and shortening, coming from animals. And next we're going to talk about meat. So, meat, nutrients in meat contain protein, niacin, iron, and thymine. And under this category, you could eat beef, veal, pork, lamb, and wild game. You could eat fish, such as cod, haddock, tuna, shellfish, shrimp, or lobster. You could take in poultry, such as chicken, turkey, duck, or goose. And this category also does include eggs, peanuts, peanut butter, nuts, dried beans, dried peas, and lentils. And as I said, this does contain dried peas and dried beans. So, a person should try to take in approximately 2 servings a day of meats. And as I said before, that equals approximately 1 deck of cards. Oh, I went ahead too quick. So next on here you can tell that I have water up here. Now water really isn't a food group, but it's very, very important for our body. Okay? Now most of the water we need, we get through water as we drink. Or you could even get some water out of soda or juices. But you also can get some fluid water out of foods we eat. For example, broth soup has about 85 to 95% of water. Also celery, tomatoes, watermelon, oranges, and any other kind of melon have a lot of water in them also. And you may ask, why does my body need water? Well, you need it to keep your body temperature normal. Our body temperature is approximately 98.6, and that's what water does. It helps keep that stable. Also, it helps lubricate and cushion our joints. If I didn't have water in my joints, it would make it a lot more difficult to walk. It helps protect your spinal cord and other sensitive tissues. It kind of surrounds some of your organs. And it helps get rid of waste through urination and perspiration. Also, you may say, why do I need to drink so much water in a day? But the reason for that is because your body loses water through normal functions, such as breathing. You have water that comes out, little water vapors that come out every time you breathe. Also, you lose water when you go to the bathroom, you sweat, or many other different things. Your main goal is to prevent dehydration, because that makes our body work a lot harder. You may say, when do I need to drink more water? Well, you need to make sure to drink more water when you're in hot climates, you're very physically active, or you're sick. And when you're physically active, you need to have more water because you're sweating a lot. And as you're sick, you may be vomiting or other certain things that you want to make sure that you keep your body normal. And also, when you're sick, you have a fever, and that's more important to keep your body healthy. To increase your water intake, it's very important to carry a water bottle with you. And you may say that sounds quite simple, but carrying a water bottle makes water accessible for you wherever you are. That way you don't have to go to the water fountain to get a drink of water. It's right with you. Also, another thing you could do is freeze your water. I know I like drinking cold water rather than warm water. And it stays cold all day, and then the ice gradually melts as you work. One thing else with water is you want to try to drink more water than sugar and sweetened beverages, and that's because sugar has calories in it, so it's a lot healthier for you. Also, when you're eating out, water's cheaper, so it's nice to have water. If you don't like drinking plain water, there's many things you can add on to it, such as Neo. That's one thing that I just got that I really liked. So, next we're going to move on here to restaurants and how to eat out healthy. So, when we, as Americans, we tend to eat out a lot, and it's important for us to read nutrition labels before we go to a restaurant. That way, we don't get caught off guard when we get there. It's also important to not go to a restaurant super hungry, because if you do that, then you're going to tend to eat more. It's important to try to eat grilled foods and other fruits and vegetables to make sure that that makes up half of your plate. When you're ordering hamburgers or salads, it's important to order the condiments on the side so you can put them on yourself. Also last, practice portion control. If you can practice portion control, you should have no issues. The last thing I want to leave you with today is I want to let you know just to eat everything in moderation. It's okay to have a piece of cake every once in a while, but it's important not to eat it every day. Okay? So to finish up today, I would like you all to get into groups and discuss what you will do to make sure that you get all of your food groups in a day. Thank you.